answer, but there is no rest for you, Madam Commissioner Designate, as now the floor is yours again, and you have 5 minutes for your final statement, please.
Okay. So thank you for the exchange and for the important questions posed. And what we can see from what we spoke here together today, that equality can never be taken for granted. I know that I have your trust to take on, I know that if I have, I don't know that, if I have your trust to take on the role of Commissioner, I will need to answer several tough questions for us to achieve the goals that we set out for ourselves. And I look forward to these exchanges. So to conclude, I will make a personal observation. Whenever I visited an elementary school, a nursery, or a kindergarten as minister, I always observed how little children interact without distinction, how children do not even have a notion of discrimination, how children interact with other children despite differences. They do not discriminate. They do not hate. Children teach us the meaning of unconditional love. Discrimination is learned later in life, and we need to work so that society unlearns its discriminatory ways and stereotypes about persons with particular personal characteristics. We need to value diversity and inclusion. We are stronger together as a union of member states, as we are stronger together as diverse societies. We are stronger when we are all valued, when all are included. I will work tirelessly for equality for women and men, race and ethnic minorities, with particular attention to the Roma minority, religious and non-religious minorities, persons who are discriminated because of their age, persons with disabilities, and gender and sexual minorities. If confirmed by Parliament, I will work for a Europe of equality with concrete results. I reiterate that we have enough equality for everyone. We need to make it a reality that is experienced by all. In the words of Nelson Mandela, which have and will continue to guide me, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or her background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Thank you.
So, dear Commissioner-designate, Mrs. Dalli, dear members of the European Parliament, we made it. So you see, it's really a tough cookie. All these questions, a wide journey when it's about equality. And we see equality that is really an issue that needs a fit, tough, that needs a committed commissioner, and a commissioner that is not only deep in the portfolio, but a commissioner that is also understanding what does it mean to be discriminated, what does it mean to suffer when there are inequalities. And so many people, different groups are touched with this issue, so we really had this wide range of questions right now covering all groups. Amongst all and above all, and I speak on behalf of the FAM committee, women who are exposed to inequalities in their daily life. So you gave us right now clear and pragmatic answers on work-life balance. What does it mean to be implemented? What do we need further in the future from the Commission? You tackled the questions on the gender pay gap, because this is really a shame. We know already for decades and decades and decades that we are moving so slowly, and we need transparency as a step in order to really know how to implement measures that women are treated the same way than men. You tackled also the question of violence against women, Istanbul Convention, that has to be really lively, and how difficult the situation is in so many countries, and what excuses we always hear from governments and whomever not to do what has to be done. You were referring also, of course, to the gender strategy that we need from the European Union in order to tackle all those measures, because it's nice when you do one piece of the mosaic, but of course we have to give the whole picture life. And of course you were dealing with a lot of other issues that are of the utmost importance for more equality between men and women, and of course also dealing with discrimination that happens in all fields of life. And with these words, I just would like to congratulate you for this marathon of questions and answers covering all those issues. We all know right now it's up to the coordinators to decide. We are quickly on all that, so we do our best. And we just thank you for this marathon and for your performance. And we'll give right now the word also to my co-chair, Madame Nicole Sonova.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madame Dalli. I have to say you were very disciplined. You were very good in timing. In this, you succeeded. On behalf of Ample, I have to say that your portfolio is so wide and your plans are so ambitious. And we would love to cooperate with you on all of your ambitious plans. But I have to say that we live in times that I think we should only promise what we can actually deliver, because out there are thousands of people with huge expectations from Brussels, as they call European Union, right? And when it comes to our new initiatives, I think that we should first evaluate how we succeeded in implementation of the old ones. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we didn't succeed in all areas. There are still member states where people with disabilities face enormous discrimination. There are people on wheelchairs who can't enter the streets because of the barriers. They can't go to cinemas, to theaters. They can't find a job. They can't succeed on a labor market. The enterprises, the employers, rather pay the fee than employ people with disabilities. When we talk about another form of discrimination, we have to talk about people 50 plus on the labor market. They face enormous discrimination in various member states. And this is the sandwich generation that we have to mention when it comes to work-life balance, because we can't only talk about the young families with young children, but we also have to talk about 50 plus people who have to take care of their kids from one side and from the other side of their aging parents. And the last but not least, the huge discrimination about the socially excluded communities that in many member states are the Roma communities, separated and segregated. We have member states where we discriminate openly the Roma kids by sending them to special schools where they can't really finish their elementary schools. And they end up the elementary school, the special schools, when they're 16-year-old, they cannot read nor write. And we expect them to succeed on the labor market. And I'm very happy that Madame Dalli showed the interest to be a part of the delegation of Ample that will go to Slovakia to visit the separated and segregated areas with Roma communities, and we have to stop it together. Thank you.
That's it. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The hearing is over.